Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with another card, and this time we're going to be using the silhouette. And I'm also going to be using my new Nestability card creator, and this is the A2 Curved Basic A. So now, what does our card look like for today? This is the card that we will be making. It is in the shape of a cake. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay everybody, so before we get started and put our card together, I thought I'd show you where I got the cut file to make this card. Now I got the card from the Silhouette Online Studio, and their website is silhouetteonlinestore.com, and this card comes as a set, so you get 2 cards for the 99-cent price. And what I've done is I've already purchased the card and added it to my library. So let's go ahead and open up the Silhouette software, and I am using the designer edition of the software, but you do not have to have the designer edition to make this card, because this is what is called a studio file, and it automatically works with the designer edition or the edition that comes with your Silhouette. So what I want to do is go out to my library, because I've already got the card in my library, and I've gone ahead and created a folder that I've called cards, that has all of my cards that I've purchased through the Silhouette store. And here's our card over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and double click that, and then it opens up and adds it to my mat. Now one of the things that I like to do when working with my mat is I like to go ahead and reveal my cut or grid lines, because I like to see those just where I'm laying it out on the card, on the mat itself. So now, as I said, this is a card set, so you get 2 cards for that 1.99 price, and I am going to be making this one right here, so we need to get rid of this one. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and click my image, and I want to ungroup them. So I'm going to highlight everything, and then I'm going to right click and choose ungroup. And let's see if I find sometimes that this doesn't work and I have to do it more than once to ungroup it. So I'm going to go ahead and try that again. And this time it did grab everything, and then I'm going to right click and click ungroup. So now, as you can see, each card is its own separate piece. So now what we want to do is we want to get rid of the ones that we're not going to use. So I'm going to go up and make sure I highlight everything, and then I'm just going to hit the delete key, and that removes that card from my mat. And now I can go ahead and add the card that I do want to cut onto my mat. Now remember, I did ungroup these, so I need to group it back. So I'm going to just go ahead and highlight it, and then I'm going to, you can go down to the bottom here and click the group, or you can right click and click group. So now my card, or the top layer, should be grouped together, and I'm just going to go ahead and put them on the mat real quickly. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the other one and group that one together, and then I should be able to move that one onto my mat. So let's go up here a little bit so we can see our mat, and now I have both of them grouped on my mat, and I'm cutting them out in different color cardstock. So my top layer will be cut with one color of cardstock, and then my bottom layer will be cut with another cardstock. So now, once I have these cut out, I'm going to take and move this image over to here because I want to work with this image. Because what I want to do is I want to put a layer in the inside on top of my card layer. So to do this, I'm just gonna highlight or click on my card, and then I'm gonna go to the offset button, which is down here, and it will bring up my offset window. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to do an internal offset. So let's just click this again, and I'm going to remove that one, and I want an internal offset. And then I can go ahead and determine how much I want to come in for my offset. And I think I want to come in about that much. So I'm going to click apply to that. And so now what I have is my inside layer that I can cut with my different color cardstock. So now I've got all my pieces cut out. I want everybody to meet me over at the table, and we're going to put our card together. Okay, everybody, so let's go ahead and bring up the supplies so we can get started putting our card together. So now I went ahead and I cut my inside layer of my card using this paper right here, and this is a paper from a Paper Studio basic pack. It looks like this. And I just went ahead and cut that out, and I went and inked the edges using my Picked Raspberry Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. So that's what we're going to use for our inside layer. And for the top layer of the card, as well as the inside layer, this is just some Coordinations cardstock, and I've taken and run my Swiss Dots Cutterbug folder through on one side. So now what we need to do is, I think I'm going to go ahead and put my inside layer in and get that out of the way. So I just want to line this up and make sure I get this even here. And then I'm going to tape this down. So I'm going to get my ATG gun out because we want to get tape all along here. Got a piece of hair in there from somewhere. It looks like my ATG gun needs to be reloaded here. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I just had to put a new one in, and it looks like I didn't have it in there right. And I'm just going to go along here and just get tape all along the edges and along the side and up here at the top of this top layer. So this is going to be a really actually simple card. The silhouette did all the work for us, and as you noticed, I'm going to bring this up real quick. You can see that it cut all this intricate cut out with no problems. I think I had to pierce the one piece in the letter A, but everything else just came right up off the mat. That's why I love the silhouette. I don't know if you could get that intricate cut using your Cricut. So let's go ahead and get this on here, and I'm trying to line up my fold line, and then I can line up everything else. So it looks like we've got that inside, and I'm just going to take and press down here. And it looks like we need some more tape along here on the edge, so I'm just going to take my combo and run it across there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to add our next layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the back first. I think that would be the best thing to do. So I'm going to get some tape along here on our back side of the card. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do for the front, because we're not going to use our tape because we'd have to try to get in between all of those spaces. So I'm going to just dot it with some glue. And I want to make sure I get enough tape on here because we don't want this to come up. And once again, I'm going to go back and line up my fold lines. And then I'm going to press that down. And let's see, we need to push this over just a little bit here so we can get this lined up. Like so. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to use my two-way zig pen because I don't know if it's going to hold because this is such thick cardstock. So I'm going to take this zip dry paper glue and run it along my edges here. Okay everybody, so I am back and I only added the glue along the edges of each. I'm not going to add any glue on the letters, and then I'm just going to take and press down and hold it. Now I may be some of the glue oozing out, but we can just wipe that up. And I want to make sure I adjust this so it fits exactly the way I want on the card. So, and it might be a little thick there because we've got that inside layer in there as well. But I'm just going to press down and hold it for a few seconds. And there we have it. There is the front of our card. So now for the inside, it looks like we've got some of the glue oozing out there. So I'm just going to wipe that down and rub that off. I want to go ahead and add a stamp. And what I'm going to put in the inside is I'm going to press down and put this flower here. And this flower is from a stamp set that's a Mind's Eye. And it is called Hazel Memory Stamp. So we're going to put that right there. And then also we're going to have a greeting that we're going to put on here. And this was cut out using some Coordinations cardstock. And I am using my new card creator, Nestability. And this is the A2 or the Curve Basic A. So now this size, I'm going to give you the size. This is 2 1/8 by 3 3/8. And if you're using the Card Creator Curve die, that would be die number 5. And I've gone ahead and inked my edges using the picked raspberry again. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in, my stamp in, and put my inside sentiment in. And then I'm also going to head, of course, add my bling, and I'll be back with the finished card. Okay, everybody, so I am back with my finished card. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've gone ahead and added my bling down here at the bottom. And then I've added some pearls along here at the top of the cake. And then to put my bling on, as you recall last year I mentioned that my IROC tool had died on me. I guess it's all that bling. And then I had this other tool, which was a rhinestone or setter, which is actually called a bejeweler. And as you can see from the tip, that one also died on me. Guess it's all that bling I've been putting putting on my cards. So now I'm using this tool right here, and I picked this up at Joann's. It's by Doris, and it is called a rhinestone setter hot fix applicator. So it comes in a box like this, and it has the different tips for you to use to put your rhinestones on. So basically I'm using that with the iRock jewels. So that's what I have along here. And then my pearls, I just glued those on using my glue gun, and then I've added a couple of roses right here, and these I got out the dollar bin at Michael's. And then for the inside, as I said, I was putting that stamp that was a My Mind's Eye stamp, flower stamp right here, and then I've taken and stamped out Thinking of You on this day. This is also a My Mind's Eye stamp set. The On This Day is from a stamp set called The Sweetest Things, and then the Thinking of You is from a stamp set called The Sweetest Thing. And then over here on the side, I've got my sentiment, and this sentiment I've used before, and this is from the Fisker's Happy Birthday, or Birthday Wishes stamp set. So now, the only other thing I have to show you is I did go ahead and make an envelope. And by the way, I never said what size this card was cutting at when I put it on the mat from the Silhouette Studio. This card actually cuts out about a 5.5 by 5.5 inch card. And you don't have to do any measuring. You just go ahead and lay it on the mat, and it cuts it out at the right size. And then I've gone ahead and taken my enveloper and made an envelope to go with the card. And I used some of the same paper that I used for the inside of the card. And I took some of the scraps that I had left over from the card and made a ribbon rosette. And this is using the Tim Holtz rosette die. And I've added a button here in the center. And then for my embellishment up here at the top, I've used the EK Success Punch. And I'm not sure what, oh, I did write it. I have it right there. It's called Abstract Flower. So that's my punch that I use here and here. And I did ink my edges using, once again, the picked raspberry. So that's it, everybody. This is my birthday card that I've made for my mother-in-law. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.